Welcome, everyone, to episode 5 of Talks for the People. First off, all three of us hope that each and every one of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, had fun with family, by yourselves, however you chose to do it. Just a quick reminder again that you can now watch us on YouTube or listen to us on all major audio platforms. Links are down below in the description. We ain't got no long, drawn out intro this week. Cody and Steven, how y'all doing?
Doing solid, doing solid. Had a great Thanksgiving and spent some time with family, and it was well worth the time off away from everything.
Good, man. It's good to see family and kind of hang out, not be at work. Fun.
Those 4-day weekends are hard to come back to, so tomorrow's gonna be fun. All right, let's get started. This segment quickly became one of our fan favorites, so we're gonna jump right on into Burns My Biscuits. Steven, you got to first go at it this week.
So, and this is not something that's new. This is something that a lot of people encounter on every year. But as someone who's religious, it really baffles me of how people can go from sitting down at the table and saying, "I'm thankful for," to being absolute and utter savages the next day for Black Friday. Like if and I know the sales are great, but if that Xbox, or that PlayStation, or that TV was that important, you probably should have got it before the sale.
Right.
So actually, kicking somebody in the shin or fist fighting over an item that's on sale to me is completely ridiculous, and it really burns my biscuits to see people act like that after sitting down at the dinner table and saying, I'm thankful for my family, my friends, all the things that I have. Well, apparently not that thankful, because that TV you didn't have, you were gonna fight over it.
Man, you can look up. There were news stories. People getting shanked in Walmart over $1 towels, man. People were actually getting stabbed over $1 towels.
It drives me up the wall. Yes. That's probably my number one right now, especially with everything going on with the holidays. Is It baffles me how people can act like that the day after a holiday where you specifically say you're thankful for everything that you have.
Right.
It blows my mind.
Well, how can you be thankful for the stuff you have if you don't shank a few other people to get that stuff?
Hey, that's because you earn it. That's exactly why.
Hey,
You earned that TV by just giving them
sur-
the old jab. So,
survival of the fittest.
yep, yep. And then for me, one other thing that's been burning my biscuits lately, I do have the new Xbox, and this isn't new news. Every console release has something new, something different. Of course, when you go back to the original Xbox, it was a Red Ring of Death, all this other stuff. Well, right now, Xbox is having serious problems with the consoles just giving up in the middle of playing games here and there, whatever. So I'm, you know, you'd figure an organization like this that makes millions of dollars on one day off of sales could find a way to figure these out before they release it. Yeah,
You
I
would
mean,
think.
if Xbox or PlayStation, if someone's listening, hey, I have a brilliant idea. You give out 2 million consoles, and then when the sample period is up, you tell them to send them back, and they can purchase one for half price. Thank you for being our guinea pig on this, testing it out, playing all these hours. But when you give it back, instead of $500, you only paying $250. I would do that. I would be a guinea pig and play the fire out of some Xbox, get a half price console when they're ready to drop.
Right.
So,
And I know Cody's got a good one coming up and some more stuff, so I'll go ahead and piggyback off your console release. One thing that burns my biscuits, it got really bad last year, and this year's iteration almost seems worse, is the skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty. Let me tell you, what happened to the days of being able to come home from work, turn on your Xbox, turn on your PlayStation, play a few games of Call of Duty. Some matches you got stomped, some matches you stomped. and you just chilled and played a couple hours of Call of Duty. Now it's like every single match is the damn Call of Duty League World Finals. I mean, you know for a fact if you've got two, God forbid you hit three really good matches, you're about to get your crap pushed in for the next 10. It's
Oh,
it's 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 horrible. They,
oh, yeah.
I have three good matches, and Activision all of a sudden thinks I should be playing in the Call of Duty League World Finals, and I don't even see these people before I'm dead. Man, tune it down just a little bit. I agree you should have, people who are level one. Maybe it's their first time doing Call of Duty. Put them in the baby room, put them in the playpen, let them go head to head with each other. But just going from one extreme to the other gets frustrating every year, and it's
I
it's
mean,
bad this year.
don't let me look like the next disciple, and then the next second you know you getting your crap pushed in. You can't have that. It's unacceptable. At least ease me into it. Give me a couple of tough matches before you give me that spanking. You know?
All right, just had to get that off my chest. Cody, what's burning your biscuits this week?
All right, I'm gonna get a little deep here. Here lately, I've really had a run in with this, but today's youth really burns my biscuit. In particular, today's youth's work ethic. It is absolutely atrocious.
It's
Look, I don't
horrible.
care. I don't care if you're flipping burgers, if you're selling popcorn at the movie theater, washing my wheels at the car wash. Go back a few episodes. Take pride in what you do. Obviously you're not going to work there the rest of your life, but take pride in your work and try to build something. And these
Absolutely.
kids today, they won't get off their phone long enough to even carry a conversation with somebody. It's so frustrating to to see. It really is. It just drives me insane.
It's tough.
No, and it starts at home. Like it's
Yeah.
not something work ethic isn't something you get on the job. That's something that's installed in you growing up. Like when I
Yeah.
was growing up, me and my brother, for us to get break money, school, or to be able to go do things, and we had to help around the house. We had to mow, we had to do dishes. That's building work ethic.
Absolutely.
Kids today, they don't do crap. It's like I want to go to the movies. Well, all right, here's my debit card.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I mean?
Like, well,
did
there's
not
just no
happen for me.
satisfaction if you don't have to achieve anything. I mean, it's I have a 7-year-old at the house right now, and it's ridiculous how some other kids act, but our child is glorious. I mean, she is tip top at everything we do, but there are times, of course, being a 7-year-old, she struggles with things. This I'm having trouble doing. I accidentally, tied my hands together. Whatever. Well, before she gets help, I
No, I
say, look,
understand.
I need to see you try before we help. And it's not to be mean. It's not to say, hey, good luck, child. It's to say when you do complete it yourself, the satisfaction you feel will be a million times better than someone giving you a hand and help. So if you absolutely need help, don't worry. We're here for you. We're gonna do it. But a lot of today's youth, I don't feel get that experience of, well, it appears that have accomplished something on my own, so I know I can do it. It makes me feel good. It makes me take pride in it, like you were saying.
Well, the other problem that I see is that nobody prepares you for work life these days. I mean, you grow up and you're handed stuff in school. We grow up in a world where everybody gets a damn trophy. The last place team gets a trophy. You get taken out for pizza if you lose. This didn't happen to me. I played little league baseball. My coach took me out for pizza occasionally or ice cream, something when we won. If we didn't lose, he's like, "Cool, see y'all at practice Tuesday. Be ready to work." I mean, at school, I mean, you failed a test. That was your fault. You didn't study, you didn't do the work. And at the very least, you didn't go out of your way to ask the teacher for help. You didn't tell her, I need help with this. You didn't seek help for yourself. Everything these kids are handed to them these days, and then they get into the real world and they expect everybody to do the same. And it's sorry, honey, life don't work that way.
No, it doesn't.
And yeah, it's very frustrating. I feel you on that one. I hate seeing all these entitled. I mean, pardon the French, but all these entitled little pricks running around these days thinking they can get whatever they want for doing nothing. And you're exactly right, Cody. Take pride in what you do. You're working at McDonald's, then you be the best damn burger flipper you can be. You work your way up to either be management or prove that you can work your way up, and then you can go somewhere else and be like, hey, I was a supervisor here. I've got supervisor experience. You can put that on your resume. They don't care where you got it. You were good enough to get it. Now you're starting immediately a step above entry level wherever else you want to go. Take pride in what you do. Work your way to the top. It takes a little effort.
That's it.
Right.
Sorry, you got me fired up on that one, Cody. That was a good one. All right. If that wraps up Burns My Biscuits this week, I know we ended up having a happy ending. Overall, we can see you look much better this week, Cody. You're clear. You're not blurry at all. Why don't you tell us the conclusion of this internet saga we started last week?
All right. So just to quickly recap, I had internet come out, changing internet providers that came out last weekend, and my internet still wasn't working. They cut my cable to my satellite dish and tied into them. So I've had no TV and no internet for about 3 days. So finally, Tuesday night, I get another technician out there, and he looks at it and he says, "Well, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is I'm going to be here a while." Of course, he didn't get there till almost 6 o'clock at night,
Ooh,
and he said, "I'm going to be here a while, but the good news is I'm going to hook you up." He said the guy that came Saturday didn't do one thing correct, not one. And he said, "I'm going to have to redo every bit of it, including running the cable from the power pole to your house."
horrible.
Said, "I've been doing this for over a decade, and I have never seen anything like this." So anyway, he got it fixed and got me hooked up. But that that guy, I don't. Hey, there again. That guy kind of fell in the first guy that came out that was so bad. He
Right.
kind of falls in that youth of the youth right now. Take pride in your work, man. Come on.
I feel
Yeah,
you.
to, to, to steal the ESPN's thing. Come on, man.
Well, we're
But no,
glad.
I like my internet. My internet's great. So everything's smooth rolling now. Hopefully, I don't freeze up.
Hey, you're looking good this week. All right. Steven, you had some questions about our Thanksgiving feast this week.
Yes. So, and it's hard to talk about because you sit down for Thanksgiving, you have this idea. Okay, well, I'm gonna have turkey, I'm gonna have ham, I'm gonna have macaroni and cheese, I'm gonna have deviled eggs, right? So we talked about our favorite foods last week, regarding what do you like to have for Thanksgiving. And I actually, surprisingly enough, between two families, had two Thanksgivings. I ate way more than I should. 2 days out of this 4 days. I had today, and I had on Thursday, right? You will be baffled to find out that out of both events, neither one had mashed potatoes.
What?
Yeah, right? I was like, wait, what?
You know what that means? You were the one supposed to bring them.
It's gotta be it.
You didn't get the
It's
memo.
gotta be it. But it just it threw me away. We had all kinds of good stuff. I mean, the green bean casserole, the macaroni and cheese. We had a hash brown casserole. We had ham and turkey at both events. You know, we had cranberry sauce. We had the deviled eggs. At least at one of them. You know, between the two, the only thing missing was mashed potatoes, and that's some to me. I thought about aftermath. Why didn't we have mashed potatoes and a bowl of gravy? That just blew me away. It hit me, and I was like, I can't believe I didn't have mashed potatoes this weekend. So we ask y'all, what from your Thanksgiving did you miss out on that you expected? We need to know because mashed potatoes blew me away. I got to know what everybody else, if anybody else is missing anything.
All right, I've got a story for y'all. Alan woke up Thanksgiving morning and quickly got very upset because apparently I don't know how to put two and two together. We had already discussed that with everything going on in the world this year, a lot of the family that normally gathers at my house has pre-existing conditions, is very old, elderly. Uh, we decided we were not having a Thanksgiving get together. Said that's understandable. Whatever. Okay. So I wake up Thanksgiving morning, and like every Thanksgiving morning, I come in here, I play some video games, I get my day started, we chilling. Well, about 10 o'clock, I start, getting the rumblies. It's Thanksgiving. I'm excited. And it's time to start cooking and nibbling on everything else while it's cooking. And I walk in there and, stove's off, oven's off. Nothing's even in the microwave. Kitchen's still completely clean like it was the night before. I was like, hey, babe, where's the food? She said, I told you we're not having Thanksgiving this year. I said, no. You said nobody's coming over. Where's the food? So I start looking in the fridge. There's nothing even I can cook. We did not go grocery shopping to buy anything for Thanksgiving. I have nothing.
Oh,
I'm
bummer.
like, I didn't. Oh,
You better hit up the Cracker Barrel.
I said, whatever. She said she was going over to her mom's house. Her and Zoe went over, and tell you what, I do have a wonderful wife and a wonderful mother-in-law, and even a wonderful daughter. They got over there. They told my mother-in-law what I had experienced that morning and how I felt, and they went and raided the extra refrigerator out in the garage. They found some dressing they had made a few months ago because they make it and freeze it so they don't have to make it all the time. But she had a ham set aside. She already had a turkey because they were just going to cook a turkey for turkey sandwiches and everything. I ended up having a decent Thanksgiving dinner. They wound it all up. They made it happen for me. So I also didn't have mashed potatoes, but I had a good Thanksgiving dinner. It all worked out in the end.
So you were expecting this, and this, and you got none of it.
I was at least expecting some of the Thanksgiving food. I just wasn't expecting everybody to show up at my house.
Hey, I don't know about you guys, but that 2-month-old frozen dressing that makes my stomach turn just thinking about it.
No, look, no.
Gives me the squeegees just thinking about it.
No, I'll tell you, Jamie did tell me she had to doctor it up, but it did taste fine. They make really good dressing to begin with, so I mean, it had been in the freezer wrapped up well. She said she did have to doctor it up a little, but it tasted good. It came out okay.
Well, I actually didn't even get any Thanksgiving this time off. We did ours the weekend before last when my brother was in town. I didn't get any Thanksgiving food this week.
Oh,
So let me ask you this. I was going to ask this later, but this will fit kind of now. This topic. But when y'all eat too much, and you know what I'm talking about, where you can't possibly move. What
right.
is your go-to area or position to get in for about an hour until you recover? How do you handle that situation?
If I'm at home, I find my way to the bedroom and just lay in the fetal position for about 30 minutes. I'm like, oh.
For me, it don't matter where I'm at, whose house I'm at, I'm in the floor on my back, and I'm giving the oh
got
for
got the
for
button
an
on
hour
your
straight.
pants popped open to give you a little more breathing
Oh,
room.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I put on a show, baby.
Well, see, for me, I'll be sitting in a chair, and I get the best posture. One of my arms goes up, like I gotta open up the windpipe and the stomach. Everything's gotta stretch out a little bit because it's not fitting in that tank.
I wish I could remember who we were watching, but my wife and I was watching this video a few days ago of when you eat too much at Thanksgiving. It was so funny. He was trying to sit down in the chair. He couldn't sit down. When he finally sits down, he's like he keeps belching. Then he's like hollering in the kitchen. He's like, if y'all wait a few minutes, I'll help you wash them dishes. And then he's sitting there just moaning, and he's like, y'all cutting the cake? Bring me a piece.
Yes.
Oh, it's hilarious. I've seen him, but I can't remember what his name is. He's a pretty famous comedian, but it was a funny skit.
Cake though, that does remind me of one good thing. I did not know this was a thing, but I discovered a new food this weekend that is absolutely magical, and everybody needs to try it. I had pumpkin pie cheesecake. This stuff is delicious. It is. It's magical.
My mother-in-law makes a it's like a strawberry cake. It's like a strawberry shortcake layered cake. So it goes in this big bowl, and you don't cut it like cake. You just scoop it out with a spoon, and it's really just like cake with whipped cream on top, and then a layer of strawberries, and then cake, whipped cream, strawberries, cake, whipped cream, strawberries. So like when you dig it out, it's just like cake that has all the whipped cream and strawberries absorbed into it. So it's like a strawberry cake,
Right.
and then the whipped cream with it. Oh, it's so
I know I know exactly what you're talking about. They're very good.
that good stuff, eh?
A scoot.
All right, we're let's go ahead and go straight from food into something that is very much a topic for our podcast. Steven, why don't you tell us what happens when a humongous whale beaches itself and dies?
So we were talking the other day, and the three of us, for the people to know, the three of us were talking the other day, and I thought about a story. I probably heard it in high school. It was a long, probably 10, 15 years ago. But in Oregon, they had a dead 8-ton whale wash up on shore, and they didn't know what to do with it, how to get rid of it. Of course, it couldn't stay because eventually a dead 8-ton carcass is going to start smelling, and nobody's going to want to go to that beach. So they had a meeting of the minds, my friend, meeting of the minds, and I, with the decision they chose, I can't imagine that meeting lasted more than 5 seconds. And I'm gonna replay what is going through my mind. I can only imagine somebody sat down at the table and said, "Hey, so here's the deal. We have an 8-ton whale. We have to get it off the beach and open the beach." And some Joe Blow in the back from the backwoods was like, "Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we put about half a ton of dynamite under that and let's go to town on it?" And the board member said, "You know what? That's it. Yes, I like that idea. Let's go to town on it." So there is a video in the link below for this, and they legit put half a ton of dynamite with the expectation we will just disintegrate this thing and it will just turn to dust if we put enough explosives to 8 fail. And when I tell you, about a quarter of a mile away, chunks of whale the size of wagons were falling out of the sky, and they were baffled at like, how did that happen? But it blew away. But hey, this is America. So can you think of something more American? That might be a question for the day. If you can think of something more American than putting half a ton of dynamite under an 8-ton whale, put it in the comments below. We need to know what that is.
So it's kind of like on Tremors 2 when they start blowing up the monsters.
Yes.
And Bert gets the umbrella, and pops it. And I can't remember the younger guy's name, but he's like, what is that for? And he just gets covered in gut. And,
Yeah, right. Chunks
oh,
the
crap.
size of softballs are just coming at you. It's just meaty. It's like, ugh.
Well, and in the video, it's like a newscast footage, like they're
Yeah.
documenting it, right?
Right.
And like, we had to stop rolling right here because Just chunks of chunks of the whale were falling on us. We had to make a run for it.
Yeah, and they were like, well, it started off as what appeared to be some type of firework event where everybody was going to watch and enjoy, and then turned into a well, we're running for our lives.
That's excellent. Can you imagine just running and just chunks of whale falling all over you?
That was the best bad idea they could come up with.
And God, imagine when it blew up the intestinal system. I mean, you think the carcass itself would have stank. They just exploded an 8-ton whale intestine.
Yeah. So if y'all have never seen that video, check it out because I got a kick out of listening. The reporter sounded super hick, and apparently the guy, the demolitions expert that was all confident, like, oh yeah, we gonna take care of this baby. He pure gold.
Yeah, that's a good video. It's a good video.
All
It's like
right.
it's like on Major Payne when he's talking about the trains going over the trestles and Charlie had wired the bridge. He's like, there was blood, guts, and ass everywhere.
Hey, I can't feel my legs, Bubba. You ain't got no legs.
Little nubs was kicking like this here.
Yes.
Oh, I love that movie.
We've got to do an episode where we go over our favorite movies. We'll split it up by genre and we'll each do like a top 3. We'll need some time to think about that one, but we'll do our top three movies.
That'll be perfect to set out before the holidays, so everybody has chunks of movies they can go out and watch.
Absolutely. We'll see how next week or two we'll try to get that episode out. Well, all 3 of us will start thinking of our movies now. We'll try to get that topic out in the next 1 or 2 episodes. Coming from me, I do need to issue a little bit of a retraction, but also give a solution to my retraction. Last week, I got caught up in the moment. We were talking about hitting 50 subs. I've got a video of me eating a Carolina Reaper pepper. There's some other people in that video who would prefer to not have that video go public. And I'm going to request respect. I'm going to respect their wishes. Me personally, I've made some improvements to myself since that video was formed. So that video, sadly, we are not going to show. I apologize for getting caught in the moment and promising something I didn't have the ability to promise at the time, but I have got the excellent solution for you. If any of y'all watching or listening is familiar with the show Hot Ones on YouTube, where the celebrities go on and they eat the wings hotter and hotter, you will know that sauce number 8 is it's nasty. It's bad. A lot of people say number 8 is worse than number 10. And if you're a fan of the show, you know I'm talking about Da Bomb. Da Bomb Beyond Insanity hot sauce. Well, we did find out that there is a place local to us where we live that sells Da Bomb, so I will be able to get my hands on a bottle, and we will be eating. I will be eating at least. These two will have the choice whether they want to partake or not. But since I made this promise, at least me, I will be partaking in at least one wing with Da Bomb on it. And if you're not familiar with the show Hot Ones, there will be a link in the description below showing a collection of celebrities reacting to Da Bomb. People like Shaq, Scarlett Johansson, Maisie Williams, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kim Jong. Is that Kim Jong? Yeah. Seeing them all react to Da Bomb. So you'll be able to find that link below, and you will definitely see that even though you will not get the video of me eating the Carolina Reaper, that eating a wing covered in Da Bomb Beyond Insanity hot sauce is not going to be a walk in the park, and probably just as bad as eating the straight up Carolina Reaper. So we'll look forward to that. Check out that link in the description to see the celebrities reacting to it. All right, were we going to go on to Cody's next topic, or did we want to go ahead and skip that one for this week? Your call, Cody. What are we doing?
Oh, we can do it. let's talk about awkward situations at restaurants. So my my example would be like if you go eat at a diner and one of those where you don't pay at the table, they give you your check and you take it up to the front, and they ring you up and everything. Well, sometimes you go and the waitress that waited on you or waiter is the one that rings you up. And then on top of that, they may have card system where if you pay with your debit card, credit card, where they actually have to type in your tip. Don't do it yourself. So that your waitress is asking you, "You like to leave a tip?"
Right.
And you're like, well, if they were really bad, you're like, I don't know. That's just awkward for me. Even if they're really good, because you still feel like, well, if I tell them this number, are they gonna be thinking cheap ass? Tell
Right.
'em this number, are they gonna be like, oh well, thank you?
Yeah.
Awkward deal.
No, I
Uh,
know.
another another one would be you go eat out with another couple, or even just somebody else, and they're like a habitual bad tipper. Know this? Do you feel the need to tip more to make up for that because they didn't leave a good tip, or do you just kind of go with it?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. My way I handle that, because it has happened to me. I've actually been in that situation before. I don't cover up for them. I don't. I'll be honest. But what I do is I keep my bill where the waitress or waiter has to come pick up the pen and the receipt. I keep that under my plate and I put my tip under there, which if they did
Yeah.
good, I'll give them the full 15, 20%, and maybe more occasion if they've been phenomenal. I will give them and say like, look, wave at me on the way out. I did good. I thought you
Yeah.
did good. I appreciate it. These jackholes, I mean, that's on
Yeah.
them, but I appreciate your service. So I'll cover myself and I'll make sure I'll leave them full tip amount. But I
Yeah. I follow up with that one. I'm the same way. I mean, I'm not gonna if they shafted the person, I'm be like, look, obviously the people I was with were douchebags, but you see, my paper here says I'm not. So, I'm sorry that they did that, but I might overcompensate a couple of dollars. But if especially if we have big meals, I'm not finna throw an extra $30 down for tips
right.
because yeah, I go eat somewhere else for that. You know what I'm saying?
I got a on that. I've got a funny story I just remembered. When I was in college, golf team, and we went to. I think we was in Atlanta playing in a tournament, and we went to we always went to Golden Corral or Ryan's or something because one, our budget was shit, and two, everybody could get whatever they want and as much as they want.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one time we went, and apparently coach has forgotten to leave a tip, and
Oh,
and actually this happened several times actually, but usually we would notice that he didn't. And I don't even know that he forgot. I just think sometimes he's like, I ain't even gonna. He was a cheap ass anyway. I love you, coach, but you're a cheap ass. Um, so this time in particular, we didn't remember tip. We're getting on the bus, go back to the hotel room, and this this little foreign lady, I don't remember what kind of nationality, but she like of Asian descent, is running to the bus and like pries the door open. And he comes in, she's like, "Oh, you want no tip?" And like, "Oh, I did tip." And he's like, "No, you no tip." And so, I mean, she was like giving him the business, and like I think he ended up like telling her like get off the bus, or I'm gonna push you out the door or something like that. But like,
no.
oh, I mean, we were so embarrassed. Like that was pitiful.
I've
That
got
lady had to chase us outside into the parking lot.
I've got two quick ones. I honestly, if I receive good service, I honestly feel bad if I'm put in a situation where I accidentally forget to tip. A few months ago, oh, last year, time goes by way too fast these days, by the way. Last year, me and my wife found a new Mexican restaurant right beside us. It's a little hole in the wall. It's usually the best Mexican food you're going to find, the ones that are off the beaten path. And we went in there and we had dinner. Excellent, excellent service, start to finish. Great, great food. But it was one of those where you took your ticket up to the front and paid your bill. Well, this lady didn't ask, "Hey, do you want a tip?" She said, "Total's gonna be $27.35." So I paid for my bill, slid my card, and left. Got to the red light leaving, and I looked at Jamie. I said, "Holy shit, I didn't tip." She said, "What do you mean you didn't tip?" I said, "We didn't pay at the table. I didn't write anything down. I just went up front and paid." So yeah, I went back. Like I felt bad. Like I went back to the restaurant and said, "I did not realize that I didn't tip. I'm not an asshole. Here you go. Here's the tip money." And before that, different story. Long time ago. I don't know if how many of y'all remember. I don't know how many of y'all are old enough to remember this that are listening. But I used to have this group of friends that we were very spur of the moment. When I say spur of the moment, like it was a Friday night about 5:30. It's probably God, 15, 16 years ago. Yeah, probably 15 years ago. It's 5 o'clock on a Friday night, and we're sitting around wondering, man, there's nothing going on in town tonight. What are we going to do? Screw it. Let's go to the casino. So it's 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. We decided we're going to go to Philadelphia, Mississippi. Because it's only like what, Cody, 2.5 hour drive from Birmingham area? 2.5, 3 hours?
Yeah, about 2:43, but who's counting?
Yeah. So we go.
So they tell me.
So we have fun at the casino. We've gotten there around 7:30, 8 o'clock. So we spend about 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 hours in the casino, and we decide it's time to head home. We've all wasted the money that we planned on deciding that we can part with. Well, there's only so many places to eat at 3 o'clock in the morning on 20 headed back from Mississippi to Alabama.
Nothing.
Almost nothing. But there's one place that's open 24 hours.
Waffle House.
Waffle House.
We go to Waffle House. Now, I don't know if y'all remember or not, but 15 years ago, Waffle House didn't take plastic. They only took cash. So we go into Waffle House. We order all our food. We finish eating our food. And then we go up to pay. And my friend says he's going to get it. It's Waffle House. It's not that expensive. So my friend pulls out his card and hands it to her. She said, "What's that?" He said, "It's Visa." He said, "We don't take cards here. It's cash only." He's like, "Well, we just came from the casino. We ain't got no cash." So she said, "Well, one of y'all are going to go get some." We're in some part of it. We don't even know if we're in Mississippi or Alabama, honestly, at this point. We're just driving back. So two of us have to stay at the Waffle House. And my friend that was trying to pay had to go wander the streets of backwoods Mississippi looking for an ATM to get cash
Nice.
to pay this bill. So me and my friend are just sitting. They at least let us go sit outside, but we're sitting on that curb for like 45 minutes outside Waffle House, just saying,
I hope they come back.
"You think he's gonna come back?" He came back. He had cash. It was all good. But that was the first time I'd ever been to a place that I discovered that they did not take card after you'd already eaten. So that was a very awkward interaction.
I don't think that. Well, I might have had one, but it. So I believe that is when I'm sitting down to eat, I'm a very low maintenance. I have my food, I have my drink, I'm good.
Right.
Typically, there's no need to check up on me. But there is the occasion where it's like, hey, you forgot my sauce, or you forgot this, or you forgot that, and they've already dropped everything off. So I'm like, that awkward, like I'm in class in high school still, like someone needs to call upon me. I have a question. Where's
Right.
my ketchup? So at one point in time, that had happened, and me and my buddy were in this horrible habit of getting each other by just going "oi." So we're sitting down at the table, and I am doing the awkward like, "Hey, I really need someone to come over here and address me. I have food." And it just happened. I was like, "Oi!" And she turns, and I'm like, "Oh God, what have I done?" I, and I actually got slapped by the person that was with me. Like, dude, that was so rude. Like, I don't know how else to get him.
I'll tell you what aggravates me is when they give you the finger.
Oh,
And do this.
right.
Hold on, sir.
No, 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 don't give me the damn finger. If you say 1 second and do that, that's fine. But don't just do this when you're walking by.
Yeah.
Right.
I will. Ooh, I get furious when they do that.
But on the flip side, something that wasn't quite awkward, but it was super cute. So, uh, my little one growing up, anytime she would drop something for the longest time, I just reflexively would say Butterfinger. Butterfingers. And originally, when I started saying that, she was kind of offended. Like, don't say that about me. I'm like, do you know what that means? And I explained to her. I was like, anytime you drop something, you got slimy fingers. You got Butterfingers.
Right.
Like, oh, okay. So over time, I kept saying it and saying it. And one day we were at a restaurant and the server was going to pull out her pad and she dropped it. And Coraline just out of no Butterfingers. And everybody thought that was hilarious. Because at the time she was like 5. So I mean, a 5-year-old just like somebody dropped some Butterfingers and just like this smile, like, I got ya. It was great.
All right. I know we're gonna have a more full discussion on this as we talked about earlier in the coming weeks, but it is whether I like to admit it or not, it is officially Christmas season. It's after Thanksgiving. What is what are the best slash your favorite Christmas movies? And I'll go ahead and get started. And I have to say, there's only one correct answer.
Die
Eh,
Hard. I kid. I kid.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And for me, it's not officially Christmas until the first time I watched that movie. And yes, I said first. Over this next 30 days, I will probably end up watching that movie 5 or 6 times. I mean, once a week, I'm gonna watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation at least. Uh, that's mine because I'm the kind of person like I like frou-frou rom-com movies. That's a guilty pleasure of mine, but not when it comes to my Christmas stuff. No, you give me National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, best Christmas movie ever made.
What
That's
you
it.
got, Cody?
Well, so that one's high up there for sure. That's probably at the top for me as well. But I also enjoy uh, the Grinch, and I really like the animated version. That's probably my
The
favorite.
new animated or the old animated?
No, 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 no. The original.
Okay.
The new animated is no.
I'm with you on that.
But but now the Jim Carrey version, I really enjoy as well.
It's solid, yeah.
That's I really enjoy. In fact, I almost watched it yesterday. Oh, and my wife will watch that probably 25 times between now and Christmas. So I know I'll see it at least 10. But yeah, I'll get a good Christmas vacation. I'll get that in 5 or 6 times. And last year, a local brewery here where I live, actually had a trivia night on Christmas vacation. It was a lot of fun. We went and did that.
They do that again, you need to call me. We'll hit it up.
Right?
Yeah, it was fun. And man, it's hard though. They got some hard questions. I've seen that movie so many times. I thought there's no way they can ask me something that I won't know,
Right.
but they did. We got our ass beat.
Uh, and, and and real quick before we get Steven's answer, just to piggyback off of the Grinch with Jim Carrey. All y'all know little Cindy Lou Who, this cute little girl in the movie. If y'all want to see what she grew up into, and y'all like rock music, go look up the band of Pretty Reckless. Taylor Momsen. Whew. We'll leave it at that. Go look up the Pretty Reckless. See what little Cindy Lou Who grew up to be.
Hey,
Nothing like Cindy Lou Who.
before Steven talks, speaking of people that was in that movie, so the lady that played Martha Mayhew,
Mm-hmm.
UVA or whatever her name is. So we started watching this movie on Netflix yesterday. It was called uh, Bad Moms or
Bad Mom. That's actually
Moms or
funny.
something. It's only a couple years old. It's got Mila Kunis
It's
and
Bad Moms. It's
Bad Moms.
hilarious.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So she's in there. She's the mom, Mila Kunis's mom.
Right.
I didn't put the two together. I've seen that. I've seen that actress in a lot of movies. But I just yesterday when I was watching, I was like, "Hey, that's Martha Mayhew."
Yeah. There is a sequel that a Bad Mom's Christmas, so perfect time to watch it.
Yeah, I think that's the one we were watching.
Okay. Well then
Oh,
go
wait.
back and watch the original because it's good too.
What is it? Okay.
But just Bad Moms, yeah. It's funny.
Well, for mine, and I get upset some Christmases because they don't play this movie enough, but the Home Alones, the first two,
First
the one
two.
with Macaulay Culkin,
Right.
Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2 are incredible movies. I love those, but they don't play them nearly as much as Christmas Story and The Grinch and movies like that. So I wish they would play more Home Alone. Love those movies. So those are my favorite.
Right.
And, for me, it's not Christmas unless I see them. And if I had to have a backup, it'd be Elf. Really love Elf. Will
Oh.
Ferrell, Will
Uh,
Ferrell has had some questionable roles in his days, but Elf is to me is a top notch movie for him, and I thought he did an incredible job of that.
And look,
So
just on a personal level, you can't go wrong with any movie that's got Zoe Deschanel
accurate.
in.
Got that right.
But
That's
also,
all right.
speaking of Home Alone, I don't know if any of y'all follow Macaulay Culkin on social media, but he said, "Y'all want to feel old? I'm 40."
Oh, what? What?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's bad.
That's
yeah.
insane.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on. We do want to talk a little bit of sports this week, but I promise, don't drop out. Don't drop out. I've got a fun game of 20 questions for these guys. Right after our football talk, we're gonna keep this one pretty short and sweet, but you're not gonna want to miss the end of this episode. So, uh, it was my turn to win, Cody.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Alabama played well and Auburn played like shit, so I think it was a pretty big win, 42-13.
Man, I didn't realize it was that many stats. That was what they say, 47 years or 40. How long has it been since Saban's missed a game? He had not missed a game in his professional
Oh
coaching
yeah,
career.
yeah, since like 1970.
60 or no, it was 19. It was 40. It was 47 years. 1963. I think is the stat I saw. Yeah, he has not missed a single game. The only other time he missed a game, he was still a coaching assistant and he was still in college.
Wow.
He has never missed a game. And
So I posted on Facebook yesterday. I know you're not on Facebook. Steven is. I don't know if you saw it or not. I said, all right, since Saban's at home today, I fully expect a post or tweet from him talking about how much he hates Gary Danielson. It's like
That would have
every
been
other
nice
day.
to see.
Like
That would have
every
been nice to see.
like everybody else.
Yeah.
Wow, these guys do this every game. I feel bad for the fans.
Well, so going into it, I said that for anybody that asked me, I told them, if Bo Nix has a good game, plays well, Auburn has a chance to be competitive
Absolutely.
and make it a game. But if he plays like he normally does on the road, then it's going to get ugly, and that's exactly what happened. But he didn't play very well at all. But his team didn't help him either. His offensive line looks a lot like LSU's team, garbage can
Right.
that Steven was showing.
We had another bye week this
And Seth Williams drops a freaking home run ball that would have put him within one score in the third quarter.
Right.
It's just he never does that. It's just a all around epic failure.
Now I will say this for the Iron Bowl, and even you with your part-time job, I'm sure you could have you appreciated. How long has it been since we've had that few penalties in an Iron Bowl? I think there was only a total of 8 or 9 the entire game. That was a clean game for a rivalry game. That was that was a very clean game from a pure gameplay point of view.
Yeah, it was pretty clean. I mean,
Maybe some missed calls here and there
we
on both
all see
sides,
stuff
but
that they miss, and and then they call stuff that we look at and go, eh.
right.
No, it was pretty even. I thought I seen Auburn uh, bear hugging people. It didn't get called, and saw Alabama doing the same. So it seemed like it was pretty even on
They
as
let
far
him
as
play.
it goes.
And LSU covered the spread. That was amazing.
It was a bye week. We didn't play.
Now, I had missed this one. Sunday usually rolls around, and I'm usually sidetracked. Cody, let us know about Derek Mason.
Yeah, so Vanderbilt parted ways with Derek Mason today, or maybe it was yesterday. But after 7 seasons, he was 27 and 55. I didn't realize he had been there that long, but
I didn't realize that either.
yeah, this was his seventh season. It's kind of interesting that at the beginning of the season, everybody on ESPN, on talk radio, sports talk, everybody said, pretty much, well, they didn't expect anybody to lose their job this year because of the situation with COVID-19.
I was one of the
And,
ones
and
that
now,
said
and
that.
now we're down two already just in the SEC.
Yeah.
Uh, not even a pandemic could save their jobs.
But not
Right.
the SEC anyhow.
Yeah. So, but I don't know who Vandy can get.
Who's gonna want to go to Vandy? You're gonna
Yeah,
have to get
tough.
a new coach. I mean, somebody who's
That's a tough job. They kind of caught lightning in a bottle with Franklin.
right.
He came in when the East was garbage. So he had a lot of success, but I don't know. They'll end up getting somebody. They'll last 5 or 6 years, and then
I'll say this though, if we're going to talk about Vanderbilt, we might as well talk about the world-changing first female player to
Oh,
play Power
absolutely.
5 football.
yeah,
And I'm proud of this as a soccer player myself. He played on the Vanderbilt championship soccer team. Their season ended, and Vanderbilt's like, well, we could use all the players we can get. So they put her on the squad, and she did some kicks for them. So
Yeah, she
first
actually
ever. Now,
played in the game.
yeah, I was gonna say not first female ever, but for Power Five,
Right.
not familiar with it. Your SEC, your Big Ten, all of that. Power Five, the first woman to ever play for Power Five football. Added up. I was proud. That's awesome.
Look,
And it's in the
cool.
SEC.
look, I'll tell you this too. I saw some guys making comments online that if she's gonna suit up, she better be prepared to get hit like a guy. And I wanted to tell them, I said, listen, apparently y'all ain't never watched women's soccer because I feel sorry for the guy that tries to hit her because she's gonna run right through him. I mean, the girls that play soccer are damn vicious, man. They don't give an F either way, man. They will knock you out and keep running. They're like hockey players.
So on a slightly similar note, have y'all ever caught the lingerie football on TV? I'll tell you what, them, those women were tough, buddy.
I mean, all they got, all they've got,
Other.
only thing they're wearing is the shoulder pads and helmet, and they're full contact, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've only watched
15, 30
7 or 8
seasons.
hours of it, I guess. That's probably it. I mean,
All right, guys. I thought up a fun way to end this episode. This is a game of rapid 20 questions. You got to give me, and I've had the opportunity to cheat a little because I put the questions together through several lists. So I'll give my answer too. But I'm going to ask a question. I want you first instinctual answer. And some of them are not as bad as you think. Some of them will separate our audience. Y'all ready?
To the best of my ability, sir.
All right. To keep everybody from talking over each other, we'll let Steven answer first, then Cody will answer, okay? Griffin, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin?
Slytherin.
Gryffindor.
Slytherin.
Now, say I'm actually a Hufflepuff, but I would choose Slytherin.
Would you rather have the power of invisibility or flight?
Visibility.
Visibility.
Invisibility. Would you rather lose social media or television?
Social media.
Social media.
Oh, television. I hardly watch it now. Go away. Twitter's how I keep up with everything. Whenever you ask someone how they're doing, do you really want them to tell the truth?
No.
No way.
I don't care how you're doing. I'm just trying to be nice.
That is called small talk.
Hero or villain for a day?
Hero.
Hero.
I'm playing the villain. If it's only for a day, we causing as much havoc as possible. Organization or chaos?
Organization.
Chaos.
Contrary to my last answer, I'm going to be an organized villain. I have OCD. Everything's going to be right where I want it to be as I'm causing destruction. Have you ever lied to a priest, preacher, or any other holy person?
Is this a trick question? I'm Catholic. Yes.
I'm sure I have.
I know I have.
Forgive me, Father, for I have said everything I'm about to tell you is not true.
Would you rather be immortal or have the ability to read other people's minds?
Ability to read other people's minds.
Yeah, read other people's minds.
I'm trying to live forever.
I don't know.
Really thought at times.
I don't know. I watched True Blood and I saw what Sookie had to go through. You know, I don't want to know what everybody's thinking. I choose immortality. Would you rather live forever or be happy until you die?
Be happy till I die.
Be happy till I die.
Happy till I die. I agree with that one. Would you rather be too hot or too cold?
Too hot.
Too cold.
Too hot. I can't stand the cold weather.
Love it.
First celebrity crush.
Oh man, the girl from Lost in Space. I can't remember her name. She was the younger girl in Lost in Space.
You're talking about the brunette from Mean Girls?
That one. Yes.
Yeah, I know. Lacey Chambert. Chambert.
Yeah.
Okay.
My first one.
Britney Spears.
Oh, Allison Hannigan. Oh, the redheads.
Give me baby one more time.
Allison Hannigan from everybody watched.
She wants.
Everybody was watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer for Sarah Michelle Gellar. Meanwhile, I was watching it for Willow. Allison.
I will say that Alicia Silverstone
In Clueless.
No, in the Batman movie.
Oh yeah, where she played Batgirl, Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
At the end when she puts that bat suit on, the Batgirl suit on.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Stinky cheese, yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Do aliens exist?
Yes.
Yes.
I wholeheartedly believe in it. I'm in the camp where if you think we're the only living creatures in the universe, no, the aliens exist. Did you have an imaginary friend?
No, I think so.
No, but I talk to myself constantly. So
I
maybe myself.
I did not have an imaginary friend, but I did have one of those My Buddy dolls. You know, the ones that looked like Chucky, and
Good guy dolls.
yeah. But I did have a My Buddy doll that I did everything with. Here's a good one. Have you ever peed in a swimming pool while other people were in it as well?
You'd be lying if you said no. Yes.
I'm gonna say no. Unless I did it as a kid and I don't remember. I don't think I ever have.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that answer is communist.
No, look, I've
Not American.
definitely done it. Like, I'll make up some excuse. I'll be like, I'll just start swimming and
Now the lake is different. Lake and ocean is different.
No, we're talking about swimming
oh yeah,
pools.
we're
It's
talking
just a
about.
pool.
No, I've done it.
More than I have.
I've done it at the water
No,
park.
I'm not gonna lie. That answer is like the same answer for do you pee in the shower? There's
Oh,
only two
for
types of people:
sure.
people that pee in the shower, and then people that lie about peeing in the shower. Those are your answers.
I never have to pee till I get in the shower. If I pee and then get in the shower, I gotta pee again.
I'll do you one worse. I would be lying if I told you I didn't wait until I got in the shower. I knew I had to pee.
Not wasting a flush.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's right. Save the water. Save the whales.
well, so y'all got kids, I guess different, but y'all do the or if, at some point in your life, have y'all ever done the if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it
Oh,
down. Y'all
absolutely.
done that?
I've done that 100%.
Not familiar with that.
What? You never
First
heard of
time I heard
that?
that.
Really?
Yep.
Wow,
If it's just piss, you ain't gotta flush it. But if you take a shit, you always flush it.
You know, if you do leave it, you leave that yellow ring around the inside. It kind of like paints it.
All right, who's your favorite Disney princess?
Ooh.
Well, we just did this list the other day.
Um. So this is gonna be tough for rapid fire because there's so many. Um. I'm going to Belle. It's that actually wasn't tough. Belle.
Ariel.
I'm going with Ariel once again. You got the redheads. I mean, I I got
That's
a
like the
soft
voice, man.
I got a soft spot for redheads. Here is a deeper one. Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
When?
What you got?
Yeah, I'd go win because then you could.
Imagine the anxiety you have knowing how you're gonna die. It's gonna be gruesome, but you don't know when it's gonna happen. It's
Yeah,
like that sibling that's like, I'm gonna get my lick back on you, but I'm not gonna tell you when. So every day you're like, I gotta know.
Win just so I can prepare myself. You know, I can get
Never be in a
in
car again.
order. I can tell everybody bye.
I guess I would have to go with when, but you know that means like the last few days of your life are just going to be miserable because you know it's coming. And you don't know how it's going to happen. You just know
You
like
get to enjoy
tomorrow,
it,
you know tomorrow I'm dying.
but you go ahead and empty that bank account before that day. As in, if you know how, but not when. You could die with millions in the bank account and be like, oh man, I could have spent all that money, but instead I didn't, and now I'm dying in this car crash.
All right, we got three more. Would you rather live on Antarctica or Mars, assuming both could accommodate life?
Mars.
Antarctica.
Can I get Wi-Fi on Mars?
We'll,
I mean,
we'll say that's accommodating life. Once again, we're going we're going Mars. I think one day, maybe not in our lifetime, but one day we will inhabit Mars. Have you? Speaking of Christmas, it's Christmas time. I had to throw this one in here. Have you ever opened and rewrapped a present that had your name on it?
Yes, and got caught. My dad was like, "Son, you did a shit job of trying to do this bag." I'm like, "Ah, dang it."
I've never opened one and rewrapped it, but I have stumbled across 4 that I knew they were mine. There couldn't be anybody else.
Oh, I've definitely taken a razor blade and sliced the tape and just seen what it was and closed it right back. Absolutely.
God, y'all are horrible.
All right, here's the last one. And I hope this hits well with both of y'all. Were Ross and Rachel really on a break?
Yes, they were on a break.
So I don't watch Friends. I'm
Oh.
assuming this is my Friends reference.
Okay, so let me give you the deal is that they got in a big fight and they hadn't talked for a little bit. He went out and did his thing. She went out and did her thing, and they called it a break. And he used that as an excuse when he did his thing to say we were on a break. None of that mattered. And she was like, "That doesn't mean we weren't together." You know, it was one of those like your mind still like you said we were on a break. What am I supposed to do with that? I say they were on a break.
Well, so like I said, I didn't watch Friends. I mean, I've watched Friends, but I didn't watch the series. But I will say that if anybody lets Jennifer Aniston go, is a moron.
Right.
So I'm gonna say that guy's an idiot.
I agree. Yes, they were on a break. Do I think he used that a little too much to his advantage? Yes. All right, comments. Now, the thing I want to hear from you most is number one, which Harry Potter house you belong to. Number 11, who was your first celebrity crush? And I want to hear your answer on number 20, were Ross and Rachel really on a break? Leave those in the comments below on YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. And by doing so, you will be able to watch me endure pain. And who doesn't want to see that? Help us hit the 50 subscribers, and I will do the bomb Beyond Insanity hot sauce. That's what we're going to call it this week. We appreciate y'all. Everybody, y'all have a good week. Peace out.
Rock out, guys.